Hello, this is Virgil Labrador, Editor-in-Chief of Satellite Markets and Research, and we're here at the CABSAT 2019 in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, with Steve Richeson. He's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Mission Microwave. It's a California-based company, and here to talk about their products is Steve. So Steve, welcome to this videocast.
Oh, thanks, Virgil. Happy to be here.
Right. Steve, just for the benefit of our viewers who aren't familiar with Mission Microwave, could you give a brief overview of what you do?
We're a manufacturer of solid-state amplifiers, gallium nitride-based solid-state amplifiers and block-up converters based in the Los Angeles area.
And those are your main product lines? You don't do anything else?
No, satellite communications is the core business. So we do KU, Ka-band, and X-band block-up converters.
Right.
Power range from 12 to 400 watts.
These are the ones we have here, right?
Yes. Yeah, we have a sample here of a 55-watt KU and a 100-watt KU.
Right, right. Now talk about these products. So, what differentiates this from other products in the market?
Well, let me talk about what we've got here. These are the small and kind of medium-sized products. This is a Stinger buck. It's 55-watt KU, or in the same size package, you can have a 25-watt KA. This is the Javelin that we brought here to the show, is 100-watt KU or up to 100-watt in Ka band. So all the way up to 31 gigahertz.
Right.
These products are all gallium nitride based. What's special about them is, of course, the size, weight, and power density. I mean, typically, you on this tabletop display here, you wouldn't be able to put a single 55-watt buck, and we can carry this around like the size of a water bottle, and it weighs only 4 pounds, which is about a third of the typical buck on the market. And what really differentiates these is the efficiency, both in terms of the RF power transformation and the packaging design, so that we put high density of RF, very high efficiency, which produces less heat, and we get rid of the heat in a very interesting, obviously the cylindrical shape, very interesting design that although it looks cool, it's actually designed to run cool. The design is derived from the optimal thermodynamic dissipation here of the design. An amplifier design, the trick is to generate as little heat as possible and then get rid of that heat in the most efficient way possible. And that's really what this product represents. It represents the ultimate in efficient design for a high-power amplifier.
Right, right. Now, we're here in the Middle East, Steve. So what do you offer this market?
Well, heat's an issue here, obviously, right? And so that thermodynamic performance, because these are all meant to be used outdoors, and mount very close to the feed of either a permanent or transportable or a mobile terminal, where size, weight, and power is very critical.
Right.
The thermodynamic margin, if you will, needs to be very high, meaning that these are all specified to operate under full power, which is really an unrealistic operating condition, under full power at 60 degrees C. That's a requirement for this market. The market's very concerned about reliability because sometimes it's difficult to get products in and out of certain countries in the region, and those factors in reliability and performance are paramount for this market.
Right, right. And I understand you're gaining market share in this segment, right?
Oh yes, and we don't have the Ka band versions here, but I think it's safe to say that we actually, we lead. It's a relatively new segment for high power Ka band solid state.
Right.
It's very difficult to do,
right.
And there's a very short list of companies who can even credibly deliver it.
Right.
We're routinely delivering 200-watt Ka band amplifiers today.
Right, right. Now, what are your customers demanding from you?
It's about performance. The company is a young company. It's only 5 years old, but the founders and the senior management team all have decades of background in this industry, and so customers are really demanding that we live up to the reputation of the people that are behind the company. And so far we've got an outstanding customer list today of household names in aerospace and defense, commercial service providers in maritime, energy and gas.
Right.
Those are all our core account customers, and we continue to be core suppliers for them. They rely on us, particularly in the Ka band area, to actually guide them in being able to generate the power to access some of the new satellite platforms.
Right. So you'll also be playing in the LEO space, the upcoming LEO constellations? I think?
All the service providers and the terminal manufacturers are all looking at those areas, obviously, because there's a desire to have a terminal that works over the entire Ka band from 27.5 to 30 gigahertz.
Right.
Covering the LEO range, the MEO range, and the GEO range.
Right.
So there's a lot of complexity to that. That is on our very active development roadmap. We will be putting some of those products into the field this year to support all three of those architectures. It's early days for those kind of complex terminals, and we're working with some of the leaders, particularly in the maritime side of the business, to determine what the ideal trade-offs are between the required performance, the reliability, and being able to do it in compact size, weight, and power at an affordable price point.
Right. Right. Well, I think that's a pretty good overview, and you've done it all in 5 years.
The company's been around just 5 years, and it is a remarkable timeline for where we are in the industry in terms of market share and reputation among our customer base.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Steve.
Right.
Information on the global satellite industry, you always have Satellite Markets and Research at www.satellitemarkets.com.